Oh my gosh. It makes me kind of emotional, but yeah. 皆さん、こんにちは。少し時計ようこそ。So today's video is kind of an interesting one, and I think it's a video maybe some of you have been curious about. So I'm going to be talking about my friends and family's reaction to me marrying a Japanese man and me moving to Japan. This will also include the story of how Taro and my parents met and how that went. So if you're interested in videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let's begin. Okay, so I think the best way to do this would be to start in order of like important things. So the first thing that happened that I would say was important was when Taro met my dad for the first time. So we went to a pub together, obviously. I feel like what other situation would have happened? But yeah, we went to a pub together. So Taro, what was that like when you met my dad?
So I was so nervous because I didn't expect to see your dad. You suddenly asked me, oh, you want to see my dad? I didn't prepare, so I was so nervous, and there was no reason I had to refuse, right?
Yeah.
That would be so awkward if I refused. So I said, yeah, why not? I try to be more friendly than I am. Even though I was so nervous, but he was so friendly to me. So we had a great time together.
I felt kind of bad. So yeah, I ambushed you completely. So we were out in London and my dad was nearby, and I'm super close with my dad. I think I've mentioned that before, but he's like my best friend, right? And I think sometimes, and particularly in this situation, I maybe forgot how official it might have been, because in my mind it was just a casual thing like, oh yeah, my dad's in the area, do you want to go for a drink with him? And I think you didn't want to say no, right?
No, I didn't.
So yeah, we went for a drink with my dad, and it's really funny because my dad knew you were nervous. Taro went to the bathroom at one point and my dad literally said like, oh, he's quite a nervous lad, isn't he? And I'm like, yeah, he's a little nervous. Okay, so the next thing I guess that happened would be announcing that we were getting married. So obviously this didn't happen at a close time at all. I think it was like a few months later. And my dad's reaction was really cool. My dad was obviously really happy for me. I think at first he was a little bit upset because by the time we had got engaged, it was decided that I would move to Japan. This was a pretty long discussion, as you can imagine. It wasn't as simple as, okay, I'll move to Japan and it'll be fine. We did debate for a long time who should be the one to move. And eventually it was decided that I would move to Japan. And yeah, my dad was pretty upset because like we're really close, but he ultimately was fine. Actually, no, at first he was like, I don't want you to move to Japan. And then it got closer to me actually moving to Japan, and I kind of asked him, like, why haven't you stopped me? And he really sweetly said, well, I know you've made your decision, and I respect your decision. And I also know that once you've decided something, you can't change your mind. It's very difficult for someone to change my mind. And it's true. Once I've made my decision, that's it. That's the decision I'm making. I never usually sway. And it's very hard for someone else to get me to change my mind, and my dad knew that. Oh gosh. It makes me kind of emotional, but yeah. I would say the next crucial thing that happened was my dad meeting Taro's parents. It was so cute. That's all I can say, because Taro has really cute parents, and I think my dad's adorable. And so them meeting was honestly just the sweetest thing ever. My dad can't speak Japanese at all, and Taro's parents can speak a little bit of English, and it was just really fun watching them communicate, because even though my dad couldn't really speak much Japanese, he would do his best using Google Translate, and he was like really interested in Taro's dad and was trying to talk to him as much as possible. My dad was also really excited about the idea of visiting Japan to visit me and visit Taro's family, because my dad was in the Navy and he was actually stationed in Japan in the 70s, and he really loved it. He has been back since I moved to Japan, but he hasn't visited Yokohama, and that's the place he remembers the most. So I'm really excited to take him there soon, hopefully. I think if I could have moved to any country in the world, I'm pretty sure he's glad that it was Japan. It was a good match, I would say. Like, our parents are a good match. They get along really well. My dad was so happy to be drinking Sapporo beer. So I like it, he likes it. Yeah, so it was definitely a lot of fun. So yeah, I've talked about my dad's reaction to me getting married and moving to Japan, but my friends and colleagues' reactions were kind of different. I would say it wasn't really surprising to them that I was marrying someone from Japan. Like I've said before, London is so multicultural. It's pretty common for people to marry people from other countries and other backgrounds. It's not a weird thing. It's totally normal. What surprised people was how young I was when I got married. So in Japan, the age that I got married was not young. And actually my parents got married at the same age I was when I got married. But these days in the UK, people don't get married until their 30s, pretty much. And I would say that people get engaged and stay engaged for a really long time. Whereas Taro and I were engaged for about a year, which I think is fine. I think that used to be normal in the UK, and for some reason it's not anymore. And everyone was like, oh, you're kind of young to be getting married. Are you sure you want to get married? And I'm like, first of all, excuse me. Second of all, I'm not a child. Like, so that was kind of a weird reaction that I didn't expect to get. My friends and colleagues did not want me to leave. They literally did not want me to leave. I remember my last day of work, one of my friends literally grabbed onto my leg and was like, don't go! But yeah, a lot of my friends were really happy that I was moving to Japan because it was an excuse for them to visit Japan. Like I said, I think Japan is a pretty popular destination for people to want to visit. So my friends saw me moving to Japan as a good excuse for them to come here and maybe even have somewhere to stay. So yeah, a lot of them were really happy about it. So the last thing I want to mention is the concept of weddings. So in Japan, it's pretty common to get married and then have like a wedding party later. In the UK, it's not like that at all. You typically have a wedding and get married all at the same time. It's all one big celebration. So naturally, when I told everyone, oh yeah, I'm getting married in Japan, they were like, oh my gosh, like, where's the wedding gonna be? Like, what are you gonna wear? How many people are you inviting? And I was like, I'm not having a wedding. And they were like, oh my god. And it's so funny because to me, the idea of a wedding, although it looks amazing, it also looks a little stressful. So I was kind of happy to learn that in Japan, you don't have to have a wedding. So as soon as I found that out, I was like, excellent. I would not like to have a wedding, thanks. So we had a really special day. You know, we signed the paperwork. My dad was there, my aunt was there, Taro's parents were there. And then we took photos after, and it was a really, really lovely day. My favourite part was the okonomiyaki that we ate after. No, it was a wonderful day and I enjoyed it, and I'm glad that I didn't have a wedding party because to me that just sounds stressful. People couldn't understand it. People in the UK could not get their head around why I wouldn't have a wedding. And to me that was kind of shocking. But I think as well, the reason people stay engaged for such a long time, like you could be engaged for 2-3 years, maybe even more, is because they want that time to save up for a big wedding. And to me that doesn't make sense. I would much rather get married, be with the person I love, and that's the most important thing to me, not a wedding party. But yeah, people were shocked. They were like, so you're moving to Japan, you're getting married, and you're not having a wedding? Like, and you're young? People just thought it was just crazy, but I didn't think so, and ultimately I'm really happy that I made the decision, and now I can't stop smiling. So I'm gonna end this video here. Hopefully soon I can bring my family and friends to Japan and we can vlog together and you guys can meet them. And I just think that would be so much fun. So hopefully that will be a possibility soon. As usual, I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Was any of this shocking for you? What did you guys think? Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye!